Hey, I'm Edward Van Winkle, and welcome back to another Q&A Monday. That means it's Q&A time. Today's topic is writer's block, so let's get right into it. You know what I mean? Let's just get right in there. I didn't write a script. I never write a script for this. What am I talking about? Number 1. Hokius asks, do people still write with blocks? That seems tedious. You should probably use pens or keyboards or something. Hokius, we're gonna go through this kind of stuff again. Like, seriously? No, people don't write with blocks. Did they ever write with blocks? I know they wrote on blocks, but did they ever write with blocks? I don't think people ever wrote with blocks, Hokius. What are you going on about? You're not making any sense, Hokius. Snap into it, bud! Snap out of it! Snap... Don't snap my camera, Hokius. Number 2. The Writer's Path asks, if you had to choose between only ever being able to write but can't read other books, or only ever being able to read other books but can't write, what would you choose? I'm not 100% sure what that has to do with writer's block, but I would definitely write instead of read other books. I don't read a whole lot of books that much. I'm trying really hard to start reading more books, start reading other people's fiction. Currently I'm reading nonfiction, but I would much prefer to have full control over the range of a fictional world and just have fun with that versus reading other people's stuff. I don't always like other people's stuff. I usually like mine. Also, if I can write with other people, then we're talking. Because I always at least brainstorm with other people before I write something. I don't typically just randomly start writing something myself. Actually, yeah, I do. Short stories I do, but not longer stuff. Not yet. Number 3. Loren Killdeer asks, how many novels have you written using only your elbows? I'm going to make this relate to writer's block. It's that kind of question and that kind of mindset that keeps people from writing stuff. For instance, how many fantasy books have you written? I don't know, right? Like, who cares what the genre is? Who cares what your method is? Or as long as you get to the end of the book, it doesn't matter if you write the book with your elbows. Personally, I've written none with my elbows yet, but it doesn't matter if you've written with your elbows or not. Like, that, as long as you get to the end of a book, as long as you finish what you start and have that story finished, the method doesn't matter, the perfection doesn't matter, the level of how good it is compared to other books doesn't matter. Nothing matters except just getting it done, telling that story. I mean, look at this elbow. You really think I could... It's huge. I can't type little key letters with the... It's huge. Number 1. The numbering restarted. Number 4. BoydADavis asks, what's your most effective method for breaking through writer's block after it seems impossible? I think for that, like, when it seems impossible to break through writer's block, you have to change the mindset. You have to stop thinking about how long you've had writer's block or why you have writer's block. You have to stop trying to reason out why it exists and just write. And it doesn't have to be the thing that you're worried about writing. It could be anything. But you have to write. And finishing something is really helpful. So I would say, if it feels impossible and you've had writer's block for a long time, write something, stop caring. That's number 1. Because if you care too much, you're going to put too much pressure on yourself. So stop caring, write something that nobody's ever going to read, and finish it. It could be 1 page long. It doesn't matter. It could be 1 paragraph. Write some poetry or flash fiction. That could help. And then from there, move back up to whatever you were doing before. It just takes a little bit of a push. Number 5. A.M. Hounchell asks, when you upgrade from writer to author, does the block become a sphere? Like Indiana Jones style? I don't know what you mean by Indiana Jones style there, but sure, AM, if you want, you can send me your writer's block and I'll sand it down and you can have a nice little writer's sphere.
Number 6.
Karen Faust asks, is a writer's block an actual block shape, or can it be something different, like a writer's sphere or writer's cone? Are you in a conspiracy with AM? Because that's the same question. I guess it can be whatever shape you want it to be, but it's not. The block is like not a shape. It's like a wall. Like you're hitting a brick wall. We could call it the writer's brick. No, that's another shape. It's a thing without a shape. It's like a clogged drain.
Number 7.
AM Hounchell asks, here's a normal question. Really, AM? I'm slightly concerned. What's a good remedy for writer's block, or author's sphere if it exists? You had to throw that in there, but good remedy for writer's block, like I said, number 1, you could try writing something smaller, try writing something else just for a little bit, something short that's not going to take you away from your main project for too long. And number 2, get up and walk away from it. For instance, there's multiple types of writer's blocks, but the two that I typically get are anxiety of writing in general and running out of ideas. It's very rare that I run out of ideas, but when it does happen, getting up, taking a walk, doing something else, playing a video game, whatever it is, that goes a long way in inspiring new ideas and breaking that type of writer's block. The second type, where you just have general anxiety of writing anything, write something small. Write a poem, write a short story, whatever you think you can do. Flash fiction, like a paragraph long. Write whatever you think you can, but make it short because you don't want to be stuck in the new thing and never get back to your original project. When you finish that short thing, that creates an accomplishment, which raises your self-esteem regarding writing and gets rid of that anxiety. Not entirely, but it definitely helps. The third thing you can do, and I found myself doing this more often than either of the other two, is just force yourself to write. Sometimes the writer's block feeds into itself, and if you just start writing nonsense, anything on the page, words just start flowing out. Sometimes writer's block is just the anxiety of starting, and if you start, that anxiety goes away.
Number 8.
AM Hounchell asks, would it help if I envisioned writer's block as a roadblock with a detour, like psychologically? Okay, it's you broke my brain. Sure, AM, if that's what you want to do, you can imagine it as a roadblock, and there's a detour, and you can go right around it, or you can slam on that nitro and just blast right through it, man. Depends on your genre, really.
Number 9.
AM Hounchell asks, can we talk about the bone sculpture more? I can send you a picture of what it could look like.
No, AM! No means no. You can't have my bones to make a sculpture out of. What is wrong with you?
And that's all the questions for today. Hit the likey, subscribey, hit the bell if you want the notifications, because otherwise it doesn't work because YouTube. And leave a comment down below with some questions you'd like me to answer in the future. I am looking at answering one question per video in the future, maybe doing the videos more often. I don't know, all of this is up in the air. Maybe even a new format, but still answering questions. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see in the future of this channel, and let other people know that it exists, because there's not a whole lot of people watching except you guys, and you're awesome, so thanks for that, though. And I will see you next Monday at the very latest with another Q&A. That wasn't a bad end to the video.